Hey guys, this is Jake, and this is episode 6 of Jake of All Trades. So this week, not a whole lot going on in the shop. I'm still working on my shoe rack. I've made some progress this past weekend, but it's nowhere near close to being finished. And now I got to cut out the bottom to go on the frame and then build it up. So that's coming up. Hopefully, we'll see. We're going to keep plugging away at it and get it hopefully done this weekend. And that's what's going on there. The Maker Meetup, I'm looking at a few places that Chris Lyons commented on. I'm going to go check those out and see which one's going to fit us best. I got a couple of really good ideas from him, so I'm going to be talking about Chris in just a little bit. So this week we're going to spend all our time on our top 3 and some things that are related to these 3 people that I'm going to be talking about. The first one, again, this is our YouTube. If you haven't checked him out already, you need to check out Stone & Sons Workshop for sure. He just put out a video this week called I Quit My Job to Be a Woodworker, and I really liked it. Goes through a build he did of an article that was done on him and kind of tells his story about his journey from working a 9-to-5 job into doing YouTube, woodworking, teaching about woodworking, doing that full time. And you really got to check that out. If you haven't watched that, I'll put a link down below, and so you can check that out and see what he's all about. I would highly encourage you to subscribe to his channel and make sure you know what's going on there, and you can get him on Instagram too. So the second number 2 choice for this week is Andrew Bacon and Field Treasure Designs, and I want to talk specifically about his podcast. Now, I know there's tons of podcasts out there, and I listen to a bunch, right? We've got Faking It, Making It, Dusty Life, Reclaimed Audio, Makercast, Crafted, Wood Talk, even one that I need to even talk about next week called Arbor Vitae. If you don't know about them, check them out. They are talking about how you relate faith to working with wood and working in the shop. And they've got a lot of guests on there, and I would encourage you to check them out as well. But I'll talk more about them hopefully next week. But back to Andrew Bacon with Field Treasure Designs. This week he had an incredible guest on. His name is Brian Peterson, and he runs a company, Lehman Luther, and another side company. But what he's doing is he is providing employment for people who are formerly homeless and developing job skills and training and a life for them. And it was just an incredible episode. If you haven't heard it, you got to hear this one, and you got to hear number 1 and number 2 as well. Just an excellent podcast, real kind of nuts and bolts about what it means to be an entrepreneur, what it means to be in business, what it means to be creative, and how do you work that out, kind of the nuts and bolts of it, and as well as the story part of it as well. And just I'm loving every single one. Really, really great stuff. So be sure to check out this last one, number 3, but I still highly encourage you to check out number 2 and number 1. Just quality stuff if you don't know about it yet. Number 3, on my pick for Instagram, you need to check out Chris Lyons. So you can search up C Lyons Creations and check out what he does. He's a local guy. I actually met in October, actually in person. We met on accident at a training we had together. We didn't even know it. But he is here local in Minneapolis, and he's making a lot of cool stuff. And so I would really encourage you to check out his stuff on Instagram. Be sure to support him. You can check him out on YouTube too. But he's primarily on Instagram right now, and he's doing a really, really good job. So I would encourage you to check him out. So let's do a quick shop tour. I just want to show you real quick everything, and it's just for fun. So I got my bandsaw here. This is my Rigid I got at a garage sale for $100. Just crazy. It works great. It needs a little bit of tuning. I need to get some new rubber wheels for it, and I need to get a decent blade for it. I keep going to Menards and getting stuff there, but need to get a better blade for it. Over here is my latest edition, my dust collector, my Jet. It's a horse and a 3/4. Does really well. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Down here, this is a snow blower I got about 2 months ago. It has no chute on it to shoot anything out. But the motor's awesome, so I'm going to take the motor off of it, and we're going to make a go-kart for my girls. So that's what that's for. So over here, my rigid table saw is working great, and just putting that through its paces. It's doing really well. Up in the corner there's my life-saving source that keeps me warm right now. That's my shop heater, electric. That thing's putting out on low. It's about 5,000 watts, and if I can kick it up to 7,500 watts. And yeah, it sucks my electric bill sky high, but I just keep it on when I need it. I don't have it running constantly. I actually keep it on low too, so when it gets like today it got down to about in the single digits, so I'll just leave it on lowest settings so I don't have stuff actually freezing in here. But really enjoying that. I've got my DeWalt planer right there, and that's working good. I got a chute for that to hook up to my dust collector, so that's working really well. And then most of you have seen my lathe here, and so I'm going to get back into doing that. I haven't done much with lathe recently. I need to start turning some pens and get some to some people that want one. So that's what's going on with my shop. That's what I got so far. I think the next additions, I do need to get a drill press. That's going to be kind of the next deal. I'm probably just going to get a bench top, and then I'd like to get a planer. It would help out a lot with some of the stuff I'm doing. But I'm doing a lot with my table saw, but a planer would probably be the next two items I would get, with drill press and a planer. So, if this is your first time to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave those down below. Love to have a conversation with you about anything that we talked about on this episode. And if you have anybody that I need to check out that I don't know about or I haven't mentioned, please leave those below so I can check those people out. One of my biggest things on this blog is making sure I'm promoting people and showing what's really good and what's really cool and what I think a lot of people would enjoy. So if you have somebody like that, please put them down below, mention them, and I've got a few in the past, so I definitely are going to put them on the list. But I'm here to promote as many people as I can and the best content I can. So this is Jake of All Trades saying we'll see you next week.